Jan, you saw that scrolling ticker and the number in terms of yuan behind him. That's a big number that we're talking about. Does this speak to the health of the global consumer?
Well, we knew they were going to blow through the day from last year. The real question is, are they really going to get to $37 or $38 billion? And right now, they've got to do a lot of business in the next, well, between now and 11 o'clock Eastern to get there. It tells us the consumer's pretty healthy, but the other thing it told us is that U.S. products are selling very, very well.
So that was always a wild card.
Waiting for that.
We were waiting because there was all this talk about how the U.S.-China trade war may lead to some nationalistic views in China with regard to buying their own products and shunning U.S. products. It doesn't seem to be the case.
It seems that price and product quality are what really matter.
Shocking.
Gee, just like here, right? So, no, we weren't surprised to find that out, but we were really hoping we weren't going to find out something different. What we also didn't want to find out is that they couldn't get to their $37 billion, because that would tell us that the slowdown in China is a little greater than we thought. Looks right now like they may make that number, and if they blow through that number, we will know just how strong the middle-class consumer continues to be. And the really good news is we will know that they're continuing to buy U.S. products. And that tells me that the trade war is between China and the U.S., not between the Chinese people and the U.S. people. And we would love to find out that that's the case.
All right, so the middle class in China is still spending. The middle class in America has been spending and has for the better part of the last decade. So does this bode well for the U.S. holiday shopping season?
Well, ISI just raised their forecast this morning to 4% for the holiday shopping season. I've been at 4% for a while. People have been anywhere from 3.6 to 5, 4.5. But if we get 4, it's going to be a really, really strong year. And I think we're going to see that this season because there's nothing wrong with the consumer. There's apparently nothing wrong either with the 500 million people that are buying on Alibaba. But in the U.S., we're seeing record unemployment. We've got 3.5%. When have we seen that before? Never. We've got record employment. We've got 3% raising wages and 3.5% if you happen to be non-supervisory, which are the people that really go out and spend for us. So I think it'd be great if you're Target or if you're Walmart, if you're the dollar stores. That's really great. That's 3.5% growth with the lower income consumer.
We've been talking for so long about the health of the American consumer, and they are a driving force behind the U.S. economy. Is there something that might maybe tell us that spending is going to start slowing down at some point here? I only say it not because I'm thinking it's going to be recessionary. I just mean at some point, cycles do take a turn, right?
Yes. If we start to see some overall concern about the U.S. economy or about the world economy that starts to translate to people at the level that they spend at, like the people on the street, not people like me and you that are talking about it every day.
Right, but what I'm saying is...
But what would it be?
But what I'm saying is we've been talking so much about how trade wars in the U.S. and China have dampened sentiment. We've been talking about this idea that perhaps there are the signs out there from leading indicators like market ISMs and PMIs out there that have all been saying that things are slowing down. Yet it has not taken a toll on consumer sentiment. People are still spending.
Most people who are spending for Christmas have no idea what you just said. All they're watching is their paycheck. They're watching whether they have a job. And I say all the time, do you have a job? Will you keep your job? If you lost your job, could you get another job paying just as much or more? And if more people can answer yes to that than the prior year, they keep spending unless something happens or unless credit stalls out. There has been concern about the banks maybe not lending as much into consumer credit. That has been a concern, but I think that would have to change by a lot to slow down Christmas spending. I don't think we're seeing that. And all those other measures, which is employment, 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 and employment, they're really good.